beautiful babies. These titles are getting better and better and better. Titles, I mean introductions, are getting better and better and better. So we have a lot of excuses in our lives. Okay, and we don't take responsibility for our lives. That's number one. Okay, why am I not living the life that I want? Is it because of the government? Is it because of my family? Is it because of the kids at school? Is it due to society? Or did I already say that? I think I already did. Is it because of my face? You know, um, any excuse, any excuse other than to take responsibility that you haven't taken action, that you haven't put any thought into it, you haven't taken responsibility for your life. And when I say responsibility, I mean absolute responsibility. I love Plato because Plato, when he talks about the ideal republic, he's not really talking about the ideal republic. Well, he is. Sure, he's a bit deluded. But when Socrates is talking about the ideal republic, he's talking about it in reference to a human being's soul. Think of the prime minister, think of the president, think of a king of a country. When they are leading this country, everything goes to the king. All the problems, all the benefits. In fact, most of the benefits goes to the people, but most of the problems go to the king. If anything goes wrong in the kingdom, the king is blamed. Okay, if we lose a war, the king is blamed. The king is the fucking idiot. And the king can't say, well, the soldiers, they weren't good, they didn't listen to me, or the bankers, they betrayed me, or you hear these excuses from the king, and you look at the king, you're like, excuse me, you're blaming the bankers, but you're the king. You're the king. You have the last say on everything. You can't blame the poor soldiers. Who the fuck at the end of the day organises the armies and the militaries? Who's responsible for leading the army? It's you, you prick. You prick. So when it comes to you, when it comes to your financial life, when it comes to your dating life, when it comes to your friendships, your personal relationships with people, when it comes to your physical health, there is no one to blame because it's only you that can take action in these things. Who are you going to blame? You're fat. Who are you going to blame? Oh, this is so hard. You're the king. You're the CEO of yourself, baby. There's no one for you to blame other than yourself. And if you haven't seen the results that you need to see or you want to see, you haven't put the fucking work in. You haven't learned. Okay, if the king wants to expand his empire, for example, um, by means of war or setting up colonies or whatever, you can't just sit there and say, "Oh, there's all these problems. I don't have enough money to set up the colonies, or I don't have enough people that want to go there." Motherfucker, you're the king. You find a way. You find a way. You find a way to overcome all of these limitations. Okay. Now, if you, as a king of your own soul, or an emperor, or a CEO, or just a man, haven't organized yourself to the ability to be able to solve your problems, you work on that. This is what self-development is. This is what philosophy is. Philosophy is not self-development is not some mental masturbation jerk off where you do nothing all the time and you just sit and think about how much of a great person I am because you know knowledge, you know things. That he doesn't mean shit. You can know all the knowledge in the world. If you can't apply it, if you can't help yourself, number one, and you can't help other people, number two, and make the world a better place or make yourself a better person, then it's useless. You're sitting on dribble. It's mental masturbation, and there's nothing more in earth that I hate more than mental masturbation. It's worse than physical masturbation because you've got some seriously good ideas, but you don't implement any of them. So take absolute responsibility for your life. Now, I've gone a bit sidetracked, but one thing that's really helped me in taking absolute responsibility of my life, because it's a bit, let's be real, the biggest reason why people don't take responsibility for their lives is because it's a bit scary to admit that you're actually making excuses and that you have the power to change your life. You are the man. Yeah, you are the man that gets the last say in your life. No one else does. And if anybody else does, the king has abdicated his position. Okay, the king is not in control. You've let your little council members rule over you. You've let your woman, your wife, rule over you. You're the king, but the wife is now speaking for you, speaking in your place. Your children may be doing it, who the fuck knows? But you've abdicated the position, okay? But because it's scary. It's scary to admit that I've abdicated responsibility. It's scary, And it's a hard pill to swallow, the truth. Hard pill. That, oh shit, the reason I'm in this position is because I have not taken absolute responsibility for my life. I have not taken absolute responsibility in bettering myself. I have not taken responsibility in the areas of my life that I want to improve. And it was easy to take the easy option out was to blame just things in general other than myself. To blame, and people go real deep with this. They blame aspects of their personality. They're like, "Oh, I'm too like this," or I can't do. I'm indecisive, or I can't manage, organize things, or whatever it may be. Motherfucker, learn. You improve, learn that skill that you're literally talking about that you're not good at currently. No, because they want an easy option out because it's easy to be a child and blame other things that are outside of your control. They're always framed as being outside of your control so that you can't change them, so you don't take responsibility. Be a man and don't be a man-child. That's it. It's as simple as that. The bottom line is that. Now, one thing that's really helped me in taking responsibility of my life is not accepting any excuse that I give. And the best way to not accept any excuse that you give is by using the Socratic method. The Socratic method, for me, is a great tool to use in other people, for other people when they're coming to you with problems, but it's more beneficial to use it in yourself. The Socratic method is a clear, rational way of thinking so that you stop or you avoid falling into biases or subjective emotion, and you stay with the truth. You stay with the rational, clear-headed goal that you've put towards yourself, which is to find the ultimate truth in any aspect or dimension of life. And you do this through radical questioning. You don't accept any answer as being a given. And you keep asking and you keep asking and you keep asking. This will destroy your excuses because everyone's got a rational mind and everyone has a critical thinking ability. And chances are you haven't developed it. So firstly, I'd say read a bit of Plato, read a bit of the dialogues and get a nice grip of how to use the Socratic method. And then when you read Plato for a little bit, you don't need to read him that much to understand it. Or you don't even need to understand it. You're just reading Plato so you can look at the Socratic method. This Socratic method will begin speaking to you in your own mind. And when an excuse comes to you in your own head, like a judgment or an assertion or a statement or a prejudice or any kind of opinion, you won't accept it as being the truth. You're going to question it. You're going to say, well, is that necessarily true? Why? Well, is this helpful? Does this lead you to take good action? Is this kind of thinking, is this where I want to go in this kind of thinking in my life? If I was to follow this kind of thinking, would it help me in my life? Would it help other people? Am I focusing on things that are not conducive to my goals? Am I thinking about things which aren't helpful to me? And this is just the dialogue that you have with yourself. And it's a way of kind of slapping yourself back into reality and being like, oh, I fell off the wagon. I fell off the wagon. I allowed my own mental state, my attitudes to become negative and to become bitch-like, to be pussy-like, more or less, weak, cowardly. And I stopped focusing on the things which were important. I stopped focusing on the betterment of my own soul, the betterment of my own attitude, the betterment of my own ideas, and then taking action on these things and actually seeing results in the real world and the changes that come with this. And this is the beautiful part of self-development, is the changes that come. And the changes are so much more beautiful than any kind of pleasure you could get in life. So think about this. Think about challenging your own thoughts, challenge your own attitudes and opinions, and ask yourself, is what I'm thinking helpful? Is what I'm thinking beneficial? Is it useful to helping me or others? And if it is, extend it, keep it going, develop it. If it's not, it is nothing to you. Forget about it. Okay, it is gone. You focus on the good. You focus on the bettering of yourself and the things that you've neglected in your life. Start paying more attention as to where you're neglecting them in your mindset first and then in reality. And then you can see in reality, oh, damn, this is where I neglected taking care of my finances. Oh, this is where I've neglected developing this skill that I need. Oh, this is where I've neglected taking action in this area. And awareness is number one because you can see the pitfalls. And then taking action is number two, because now you can actually fill in those gaps of where you're taking inaction, where you're not taking action, with action. Okay, but start with a clear head and see how it happens. It's beautiful. Okay, meditation is amazing as well, but I think with people go off with meditation because meditation is great for developing awareness of the mind, but you need to develop a new attitude. You can't just erode the last remnants of your faulty attitudes and then not replace them with something that's helpful. You've got a mind, you've got a brain, you've got thoughts, you've got an ability to think rationally and critically. So use it, right? It's been given to you. Use it. Don't just let it be gone. Use it, develop it, refine it as a skill, refine it as a tool. Your thinking ability is a tool, and develop it, learn, grow. Okay, and you'll be an amazing, astonishing human being if you do this. You'll be a Superman, truly, and you'll be a wonderful help to other people, because if you can help yourself, oh Jesus, you can help everyone. You can help everyone. Trust me, the greatest thing about philosophy is you help yourself first. Yeah, you develop your mindset to the point where it's crisp, sharp, and clear in judgment, and it doesn't create dysfunction anymore. And then you can take action and better your own life, and then you can help others. My God, this is the goal. This is heaven for me. This is my ultimate goal, which is to help myself and then help others. You can't help other people if you can't help yourself. Number one. Okay, so do this. Use the Socratic method to vigorously challenge your own opinions and views and prejudices, and it will work wonders in eliminating all your little limiting beliefs, your limitations, your excuses, and then you implement new positive ones. And then you focus on those new positive ones and watch the magic happen. It fucking works. You are nothing. You are nobody other than what you give your attention to and what mindsets you create. Okay? So create a good mindset. Take action. Right. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you later.